I think it's time for me to throw my MIDI keyboard away after using this secret feature in FL Studio to make good chords. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and let's get started. With this feature, you only need to click one button to make really good chords. But before we're able to click that one button, we need to do some simple settings in FL Studio to make this work, okay? So the first thing is make sure you have FL Studio. Obviously, you need to have FL Studio open, okay? So now you can load up any virtual instruments, whether it's third party or stock, it doesn't matter. Just load up any virtual instruments. I'm going to be using Lounge Lizard for this. Okay, it could be anything really, it could be anything. So now I have a virtual instrument loaded. All right, so now at the top of your screen you will see this icon right here that says typing keyboard. This allows you to use your computer keyboard as a MIDI keyboard, okay, so you can play sounds. All right, so currently when I play it, you can hear it sounds just single notes. That is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? So that's how it sounds right now. But we can actually turn this to give us good chords, okay? Especially if you are new to making music and don't know how chords work. So this is kind of like a cheat code to help you out. So now I'm going to set my tempo, okay? Let me bring it down to, let's say, 98. All right, this works for any tempo. Let's say 98 BPM. All right, and then now I'm going to come right click this. Okay, let's right click the keyboard icon. All right, then you're going to see where it says major chord map. All right, and you also see where it says minor natural chord map. So that's for major scale or minor scale. Okay, these are two different scales. I'm going to be using the major chord map. All right, and so when I press Q, see, sounds like a chord now. These are all chords. Really good. I'm just pressing this with just single buttons, okay? So now let's create a chord progression. So I'll just make sure my pattern 1 is selected at the top right here, or I can just drag it in from here, okay? So come to the playlist. If you can't find your playlist, you can simply click this button right here. It brings out your playlist, okay? So when you double click this, we want to go to the piano roll, and then you can hit the record button. If you hit the record button for the first time, it may bring out a menu. Just make sure you click record all, okay? So it records everything you do in FL Studio. So I'm going to press play. You can see now we have the chords, okay? You may need to quantize. To do that, just simply press Ctrl Q. Make sure you are in using this magnet icon at the top left of your screen. Make sure you're in a quarter beat, okay? And then it quantizes it. You can stretch the notes out to fill out, any gaps, all right? By highlighting it, then stretching it out. Holding Control can highlight notes, Control and left click, okay? So now, this is really good. Now we can do some few things to make it sound more interesting, okay? So you can press alternate and S, okay, to make it sound like it's strumming a little bit. Make sure preserve end is selected. And then now we can adjust the timing and adjust the velocity to have enough space in between. Click accept. Next, we need to press Alt and X, reduce the volume. Now, next thing you can do, you can even take it to a higher octave, Control up. Or you can take the third, this right here, highlight the thirds. You can basically play with this in so many ways, all right? And so if I add a simple drum loop, this is how it sounds. So with this simple trick, you can easily make chords with just the push of a button. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more helpful tips and tricks like this. I remain Sir Classy. See you soon. Cheers.